What's up? I'm Will Freerick, and this is how to crank flip. Before you start trying crank flips, be sure to check if your cranks spin around at least once. If they don't, you may have to loosen your chain, or if you have a problem with your bottom bracket, you may have to grease it. Before you try learning hop crank flips, you're going to want to learn standing crank flips. So basically you just don't jump and you put all your weight on your handlebars, lift your feet up, and try and get the motion of the crank flip. When you're trying to spin them around, you point your front toe down, scoop the front pedal back, and let your back foot just raise up. This trick is entirely done by your front foot. Watch the pedals the entire time, and then land front foot first and let your back drop down. If you have a cassette, it's going to be a lot easier to learn this trick because you can just land with your front foot and the pedal pressure will save you from just kneeing the stem like you would with a free coaster. So after you catch with your front foot, you just let your back drop down, and because of the pedal pressure that you have with a cassette, you're going to have time where you can decide if you are going to land the trick or not. And when you're learning, you're going to take your feet off a ton. You're going to you might land front foot first and then put your back on the ground. It really helps to have shin pads or at least pants when you're learning this trick, because if you land back pedal first, you're going to get a really bad shinner and your shins are probably going to look like this. After you've dialed in the standing crank flip, you're going to want to try and hop. So when you're first easing into this, you may want to lift up one wheel at a time. That's what I did. I just started by kind of doing a nollie crank flip where I just lift up my back wheel and tried to get a little bit of air, but I didn't really get my front wheel off. And then you start trying to get your front wheel off the ground and doing them, and not your back wheel. And then you can try and do an old school bunny hop and just lift both your tires up at the same time and do a crank flip. And then eventually you'll just get more comfortable with the motion of hopping and kicking the cranks, and you'll just be able to do a normal bunny hop one wheel at a time, and you can get higher and higher. Some troubleshooting advice: if your cranks aren't spinning, again, loosen your chain or maybe grease your bottom bracket. If you're too scared to land on the pedal and you just keep taking one foot off, wear pants or shin guards. They're not for pussies, they're just for smart people. I wear the Shadow Invisalite shin guards, so they're pretty comfy, they don't get too hot. So I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. So sketchy.